Bonsoir mes amis, comment allez-vous? Et on va prendre de l'eau, non, on va prendre du thé chrysanthème au camomille. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? On y va? Ok, celui-là, on va prendre le tout petit. Est-ce que c'est joli, n'est-ce pas? J'adore ça. Ok, on va prendre en chinois, on dit c'est Chrysanthemum bud. C'est le bébé de chrysanthème. Et je ne sais pas la différence entre camomille ou chrysanthème. Et je cherche sur Internet et je trouve... Oh, pardon, la caméra, ça bouge un peu. Pardon, j'ai pas fait exprès. C'est sûr, j'ai pas fait exprès. Ok. Camomille, c'est un tout petit, en chinois, c'est yeju, hua, chuju. C'est une sorte de camomille, une sorte de chrysanthème qui est tout petit et qui est blanc et qui est partout dans la terre. Mais chrysanthème, en chinois, c'est dur. Et c'est normalement, c'est les chrysanthèmes qui est dans le jardin, qui est bien cultivé et grosses fleurs même. Et le couleur, c'est très joli. Voilà, on va chercher sur Internet, d'accord? Voilà, ça, si on cherche le mot chrysanthème, c'est ça. C'est les grandes fleurs et très riches et très jolis et très brillants et très élégants et très flamboyants, n'est-ce pas? Et si tu cherches le mot camomille, c'est là. C'est tout petit, c'est chuju, c'est comme les mauvaises herbes, like weed. C'est partout et très facile. C'est pas une chose qui est très rare. C'est très facile. Donc, je pense celui-là qu'on va boire, c'est camomille plutôt, n'est-ce pas? Ça a l'air un peu comme ça, mais pas tout à fait, un peu. Peut-être le mien, c'est toujours chrysanthème, mais n'importe quel mot, on va boire. D'accord? Ok, on y va. Je prends de l'eau chaude et je pense que je n'ai pas besoin le filtre. J'ai pas besoin de filtre. Ok, on y va. J'hésite entre filtre ou sans filtre. Ok, on y va. On prend le filtre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 9. Tout à fait, 10 petites fleurs. Okay. Avec ça, oui, avec ça et avec ça. Donc hier, j'ai fait une vidéo de thé, et même pas du thé, citron miel. Et une amie qui m'a dit, elle a fait le thé chamomile. Et une autre personne dit, moi aussi, me too. Et je dis, me three. Moi aussi, moi la troisième. Donc, aujourd'hui, je vais, comme j'ai promis, je vais faire le thé camomille. Maintenant, je fais le thé camomille. Et ça, c'est très léger. Comme c'est le fleur de bébé, chrysanthème, bébé. Donc, toutes les choses, quand il est bébé, il est moins fort. Il est plus doux, plus raffiné, plus, comment on dit, plus raffiné, plus doux, plus tendre et plus moins fort, n'est-ce pas? Ok, combien de temps déjà? 2 minutes, à peu près 1 minute ou 2 minutes. Et c'est superbe quand je peux juste faire rien. Parce que on a besoin de ça, n'est-ce pas? En anglais, on dit il faut prendre le downtime. Il faut glandouiller, faire rien, des fois. Parce que on a trop de choses à faire. Et on ne peut pas finir. On ne peut jamais finir tout ce qu'on a besoin de faire. Donc, reste tranquille et comprendre que on peut faire ce qu'on peut. On ne peut pas faire ce qu'on ne peut pas. On fait des choses bien, tranquille, doucement et faire attention et avec attention, on fait des choses dans mon cœur, dans son cœur. Et ça suffit. Et ça suffit. Et ça suffit. On ne peut pas faire des choses plus que ça. Et on n'a pas besoin de faire des choses plus que ça. Même ton patron, même tes familles, même tes amis, même les autres te demandent de faire plus. Si tu ne peux pas, tu ne peux pas. C'est pas la peine de se détruire, de se casser, n'est-ce pas? You don't need to break yourself to serve for others. Ok, ça c'est pas mal déjà. Okay, so we take some tea and talk about. One friend asked me about name. Okay, I better remember this hour. Okay, I maybe I will talk about it. I got one friend asking me, Haiying, you have any other way that I can help you? And I know you have a Patreon, and I'm happy for this, and I feel so good, but I am just not comfortable to go through online payment, credit card and things. And is there a way I can help you? And then I said, you have helped me a lot already. And there are many ways of helping. And you are not comfortable with online payment, with credit card information release. And I understand very well. And I do not, as much as possible, I do not go with online payment. And I saw a lot of people use some WeChat payment, online payment, Zelle payment, so many different ways of payment. I do not have those. I understand it. You are not comfortable with it. Me too. Me neither. I am not comfortable with it. I understand. And I appreciate in any case. And in case how you can help me, I think we may have different financial comfortness, no matter it's the abundance of financial resource, or just not mentally ready to commit through and not ready to use the released private information, whichever way I understand. There are many ways of helping each other. One way you can do, which is quite effective if you think about it. And I am already here. I am already on social media, especially on YouTube, not so much on Insta or Facebook. But any information, any good words you transfer will help me. I remember 10 years ago, something like 10 years ago, Sue's Tube brought me to stardom. No, not stardom. Sue's Tube. Through Sue's Tube, my channel got noticed by a small group of people, that ASMR, or a small group of people. And that helped me a lot, just because people post my video on there. And then another thing is people repost and share on Reddit. I think there are around 70 or 100 postings of Yang Haiying on Reddit. I do not know how you get how people like to post my video. I do not know why do they share my video, but that helped me also. And through Reddit, I have gained some people coming to my channel, and also there are some other channel shout out. And yeah, there are many ways you can help. Go through sharing on social media if you are not comfortable with other ways. Anyway, I think I just want to thank you, and I want you to have all of you, not only this friend, everyone, we can all help each other in the way that is comfortable for us and also benefit for all of us. And another thing I am requesting is give some interesting questions, something that interesting and can bring a lot of people to think about, to anything you have an interest and genuine interest. Usually it can echo to other people. There must be a lot of other people who has the same interest but not dare to say, or not just so courageous to say. So bring up some questions, and any question can be answered. There are questions I am comfortable to answer. There are questions I am not comfortable to answer. At least more resources can be more interesting, and you feel free to ask. I will just let you know very frankly something I am not comfortable. For example, anything about my family, my private life, I am more or less not so comfortable. And yeah, it's sometimes some friends said, why you say this and not that. It just, for some question we have different level of comfortness, and we have different sensitive point, let's say it. Okay, bring questions, and most importantly, bring critics. If you right now I learn French, so if you answer comment in French is one of the best way to help me, and that is tremendously helpful. You speak your language, and it's just tremendously helpful for me to hear the authentic way of saying French. At home we speak French, but the more way people speak, the more the wider range we get access to others, the more helpful for people to learn a language. Okay, so this friend has a question, another friend about learning language. Maybe I will combine these two together, as this is a Friday evening, will be perfect for this kind of blah blah blah. And so his question is why Chinese people has a Roman or Latin name, and how Chinese name is translated. Okay, so I am lucky I have a name, Hai Yin. So my name is Hai Yin Yang Hai Yin. And Yang is my family name, Hai, Xi, Yin, eagle. Yang is family name. It's kind of a poplar tree, I think. Poplar tree. Maybe my ancestor was under this tree. So Hai, Yang, Hai, Yin. This is the intonation. It's very easy to pronounce. So relatively easy to pronounce. Hai Yin I got some friends every time people pronounce my name will say, am I pronouncing it right? Haiying. I say, yes, you are right. My name is very easy to pronounce. But let's say some name. Zhang Ziyi. Zhang Ziyi. This is a Crunching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that movie star. Zhang Ziyi. And almost no foreigners can pronounce it well. Zhang Ji, Zhang Ji. It's very difficult to pronounce, and when it is difficult to pronounce, it is very intimidating, and the communication is just not easy to get started. For example, if you have a name Gabriella or I cannot think about Anne-Céline Emmanuel. For you, maybe Emmanuel, Manuel, and some name. It's when a name, for example, your username, I cannot pronounce, and it becomes very hard to communicate. It becomes very, I cannot remember. When something you cannot spell it out, you cannot say it precisely, clearly, it's very hard to remember. And as an educator, I teach language, I teach young kids. When I give a name and it's very clear, precise, it is easy to remember, and it makes things so easy to understand and so easy to communicate. If you cannot, from the name there is an obstacle, it makes it very difficult. Yeah. Xi Jinping, Xi Jinping, Xi Jinping, and Mao Zedong. I better not to say these famous people's name. Those names, some names are easy to pronounce, but the intonation is different, and you cannot pronounce it well. It's kind of disrespect. It's kind of not comfortable. It's kind of embarrassing, right? So this is the reason why Chinese people, we would like to keep our tradition, and the Chinese tradition is the name is given sometimes from an ancestor, not ancestor, sometimes from a very senior generation, educated people, senior generation, and they search for a big dictionary, 康熙大字典, and search for, out of a gazillion words, Chinese character has 60,000 different characters. Out of 60,000 characters, and choose one. And in China, there are many repeating names, because even so, it's just difficult to avoid. The population is there. The name, repeating name, is very often. Oh yeah, the other day I listened to KQED. There was one guy. His name is Paul Sullivan. Paul Sullivan, and one day he had an idea. He wanted to look for the musicians whose name is Paul Sullivan and make a band. And then there was a Chicago Paul Sullivan. There is a Southwest Louisiana Paul Sullivan. There is Denver. There are many Paul Sullivans. So I think for the Western names, it might be easier to repeat the name, because the given name is a Christian name, right? It's usually Paul, John, Alice, Bella, Stephanie, Anna, Maria, Nancy. It's kind of limited, but Chinese does not have a particular way of doing that name. Every name, Hai Ying, is my mother chose out of 60,000 characters. And actually, the reason I am Hai Ying because my sister is Hai O Si Go. My big sister is Hai Yan Si Swallow or something. It's an ocean bird, so we carry that name. That's why we have this Chinese name. And why Chinese have an English name? It's for communication. So the children born in America, born in outside of China, they kept their original Chinese name. Could be Li Qiuxiang, Zhang Zanzhong, something for you, for people who do not speak the language, could be very difficult, but very easy for Chinese. And for the people who do not understand Chinese, how about we give an English name, which is easy, just to build that communication. This is why there are so many Eric Chen, David Zhang, and Jeffrey Wang. It's easy to pronounce the name, and they still have their English name. So if the meaning of name is for communication, is not a language test, is not an intonation test. So that's what I think. We have a different way of calling ourselves. Between Chinese, when they go back home, when the children, I have a lot of students, they have their Chinese name, and then they have their nickname, Bao Bao, Xiao Xiao, Little, Bao Bao, Baby, and Go Go. No, I think here I didn't see Go, Dog, Doggy, Mimi. Mimi is Mimi, and Hua, flower, and Qing, green, something like it. They have their nickname, and a Chinese written name, serious name. Suppose if one day that little guy became president of the country, their name is not little Xiao Xiao, right? Yeah, it is possible, but we have more serious names, and that's why there is Daniel Chen and Eric, Justin, Eric. Some name which is easy to use is used very often, I think. And my children, they have a French name or a Roman Latin name. They have an English name which is could be soundingly, phonetically close to Chinese or totally different. Yeah, it's a choice. And Chinese name also have a generation. This generation must have this word, so they cap a particular word. For example, Yang Hai Ying, Yang Hai O, Yang Hai Yan, always with a Hai, and things like that. Okay, and yeah. My thought is a little bit disturbed. Let me stop here. Okay, coming back. As for learning language, how to learn a language, I think I have a video about it. So Okay, just how I learn language. Comment je prends français? Quand je prie français, je le utilise. Et j'ai un but, c'est très précis. Donc, quand tu as un but, un goal, et tu sais qu'est-ce que ça te sert, et tu sais précisément qu'est-ce que tu vas faire avec, et tu fais plus encourager et tu as la motivation. La motivation. Et quand je décide de prendre français, prendre le français, apprendre le français. Et il y a 2 mois, ou 1 mois, à peu près 1 mois. Avant, je écoute le podcast ou masterclass, tout d'un coup, quand j'ai décidé d'apprendre français, tout d'un coup, j'arrête tout, rien d'autre. J'écoute, sauf seulement français. innerfrench.com et aquarelle de Alain Guarel et l'ami Rémilac et quelque chose comme ça. J'écoute seulement français pendant 1 semaine ou quelque chose. Ça m'aide beaucoup. So when I decided to learn French about a month ago, the first thing I do, I search online. I am a YouTube person. I search everything from YouTube because it's free and I have a premium, so I do not see ad. So I search online. Before I started to learn French, I listened to master class, this and that, and I stopped everything. I listen to French podcast. When I drive, when I walk, instead of listening to radio, I listen to podcast. I listen to YouTube videos. Do not watch, only listen. So I am thinking of making some classes only by listen, because we do not have time to sit down to learn something. And commute hour or walking hour, gym hour or exercise hour is some of our best time to learn. So that is a very effective way, and I do not watch, because watching something is just too much time. You see the contest, you see the music and everything, the cinematography, it just spent too much time. So listen to a couple of podcasts will be good. And there must be, if you learn Japanese, there must be a Japanese speaking video. Listen to them, or podcast. If you learn Spanish, for sure, a German or Norwegian, any language, there must be something. You can search for that, and there must be something. Slow speed, your appropriate speed, go for it. For now, do one thing at a time. Buy book, buy or not, your choice. And we have books, so buy book is not such an urgency for me. I just want to listen. So listen to radios, not radio. Listen to podcast. Listen to YouTube video podcast like video. That could be helpful. D'accord? Okay. Okay. どういたしまして。Okay. こんにちは。こんばんは。おはようございます。どういたしまして。さよなら。さよなら。Okay. Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. I love you. I really do. Do. Bye bye. ふら。ず。